Glad that all of our members are with us and all those too that are new to Shibboleth and this lifestyle. It is not a diet. The first three letters of the word diet spelled die. Anything we start with and can't stick with the rest of our life when it comes to weight loss and wellness is a waste of time. We need a practical, sustainable, and fun eating lifestyle if we're going to lose weight and keep it off. You know, we're all adults here, and nobody can make us do anything we don't want to do. So if it's not kind of enjoyable and fun, we're not going to do it. Good to have y'all. My name's Travis Martin, and I've lost over 100 pounds on the program, come off all prescription medications. I'm still on that wellness journey. Wellness isn't just about what we see in the mirror, but it's also what we feel in here, what we feel in here. And you got to get it all together. It's a symbiotic relationship. Everybody knows what a symbiotic relationship is, right? We get our mind, our body, and our spirit all working together in sync, and then we all walk in step with the Holy Spirit. It will make for a much more healthy, well, and joyful life. We'll do a quick review of yesterday, and then we'll get right into it. If you're new here and you would like to know more, learn more about our Shibboleth Lifestyle program, you can go to www.shibbolethlifestyle.com. Shibbolethlifestyle.com. I'm sending out short. This is a longer lesson, but each day I'll be sending out short daily lessons, one on nutrition, one on behavior modification for the next 30 days. Some of you got your day one today. Tomorrow you'll get day two. Somebody starting today will get day one tomorrow. So nobody's missing out on anything. We all get the same number of classes, etc. And hopefully we end that 30-day journey. It culminates in us having a practical, sustainable, fun lifestyle whereby we can lose the weight, keep it off forever. I spent a majority of my life trying to lose weight, and that's no fun. You only get one chance at this thing. It's better to, you know, we all encounter difficulties. I encounter some difficulty with food addiction, but the quicker you overcome it, the quicker you can move on to new trials and learn from those and grow from those. But this is one, y'all, we've got to put this behind us. How long have some of y'all been dealing with trying to lose weight? How many years? How long? I'm just curious. If you're 100 pounds, think about this. Think about the time the old devil has stolen from you, because if you've got 100 pounds or less to lose, you could easily do that in 6 to 9 months, but we've been dealing with it for in some cases here, decades. Doesn't that make you angry at the old diet devil for stealing so much of your time? Let's put it behind us this year. Most of us can be in our wellness range by summer, and if not summer, by the end of the year. That's crazy. Let's put it behind us, and let's learn about eating good food that helps us lose weight. We can do this. Here's my philosophy. We can eat great tasting foods that cause us to gain weight, or we can eat great tasting food that allows us to lose weight. Which one do we want to do? It's up to us. It's up to us. It's a decision. There's no underlying illness that can hold you back. There's nothing that can stop you from losing weight, doing so quickly, doing so helpfully, nothing. Let me digress. I'm all over the place because I'm seeing a chat thread, people concerned about several different kind of issues that come up that can cause folks to not be able to lose weight efficiently. For example, Cindy says, I've been told I have insulin resistance. Will this help me? Yes, I had insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, acid reflux, high blood pressure, heart disease. Anybody else here, have you lost weight with insulin resistance? I bet there's a lot of folks here. I bet there's a lot of folks in our Shibboleth family. The only thing that can hold you back is this right here. That's it. And look, you know in your heart what I'm saying is true. Even if you were with me right now and we weren't separated by time and space and a computer screen, you might argue with me. You might debate me and say, oh, no, it could be genetics. It could be genetics. It could be hyperthyroidism. It could be all these other issues. That could be why. Deep down in your heart, you know that's not true. You know it's not. You know the truth when you hear it. The only thing preventing you from losing weight is what's between your ears. That's it. If we make a decision, if we decide to do, then it's done if we have a good program. You've got to have some zeal and you've got to have knowledge, and we got the knowledge. We're going to do a quick review of what we covered yesterday, and then we're going to get into the Bulletproof Shield. And tomorrow at noon, I'm going to do some meal planning for folks that are new. We're going to look at some special food combinations that we call exercise on a plate that allow you to lose weight. But none of that's going to matter. It's not going to matter. It don't matter how many times I tell you or teach you. Until you get this right, we're not going to be able to make any progress. We got to get this right. Let me ask y'all this. I bet there's a lot of wisdom in the group. How did some of y'all get this right? It's one thing for me to tell people, I'm supposed to be able to tell you. But what did some of y'all do to get this right? Anyone want to share? It's all about willpower and how bad we want it. Let's do that. Let's unpack a few things before we go further. I'll roll with this for a minute. Willpower, a strong why. Your why has to be greater than temptation. Anybody else? How did you finally get this right? Some would say pain. I had to change. Some would say pursuance of different types of pleasures. How many of you want to look good naked? N-E-K-K-E-D. Raise your hand. If you'll lie about that, you'll lie about anything. So maybe you were pursuing pleasure, more pleasurable life, getting away from the pleasure of eating because the pleasure of eating had started causing unintended consequences. So now you've got new pleasures, things that you want to experience that are beyond food. Sick and tired of being sick and tired. That's that pain. I made up mind, decided this was my year. I started with this one. I was on all those medications. No self-confidence, no self-esteem. It's like, what was more important to me? What were the reasons I wanted to lose weight? I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. Thankfully, by wanting to look good naked, N-E-K-K-E-D, wanting to look good naked, that helped clear up all those other issues, right? That's not it for me anymore. That one don't do it for me anymore like it used to. You know what does it for me now? I believe with all my heart, when I draw nigh to God, God draws nigh to me. I believe with all my heart, when I deny myself overindulgence, when I deny food as my God, and I submit myself to the God, the one true God, who said that we ought not live a gluttonous lifestyle, that he said that everything we do, we ought to do all unto the glory of God, whether we eat, whether we drink. He said not to let our bellies be our God. And what I find is the more I do it for the right reasons, it didn't matter. I don't care if it's the wrong reason. Get the weight off, whatever you do, get it off. The jiggly, itchy stuff has got to go. But at the end of the day, we need a really strong and powerful why. And for me, I wanted a better relationship with God. I wanted to walk with feeling promoted, that God is promoting me. God has got me. I'm living unto God. And I could, with my liberty in Christ, I could eat what I wanted. I could remain over 300 pounds and God would still love me. But I want more. I want my rightful inheritance. I want an inheritance that's incorruptible, undefiled, and fadeth not away. I want it all God's got for me. So we've all got to make our decisions as what is our reason for doing this? Because there's going to be days that you just don't want to do this. Do y'all understand? There's going to be days you just don't want to do it. The days that there's going to be days it's easy. We focus on what we can have, not on what we cannot have, and the weight falls off. There's going to be days it's easy. We just feel it, You feel fired up. You feel like you can whip a bear with a switch. We're going to have good days. Then we're going to have those stress-filled days. We're going to have those challenging days. We're going to have days where it feels like, all I do is give to my boss man at work. All I do is give to the kids, to the husband, to the wife. All I do is give, and my love tank's empty, and I need some instant gratification. I don't do drugs. I don't do other stuff that I shouldn't do. I do food, so give me some food. Give me a little pleasure in my 24-hour period, just a little pleasure. There's going to be days that you don't want to do this. There's going to be days that you just don't have it in you to do. Do it anyway. This is not hard stuff. This is easy stuff. Do it anyway. So build that why. Let me get into review and answer some questions here. Prayers for some struggling folks here. So sorry to hear some of this. Sorry. Prayers for you. Hate that. I'm glad we got this family to all pray for one another. Yolanda says, I'm having problems with trying to figure meals and snacks for a perfect day, 3 times a day, 7 days a week. It's easy to do, Yolanda, because there's more than, there's thousands of meal combinations. Yolanda, I'm going to ask you a question, if you will, please answer in the chat. Have you set up a one-on-one mentoring appointment? It sounds like you need some mentoring and help with your meal plan, because you're talking about coming up with 7 days worth of meal plans. You ought to be able to come up with 700 days of meal plans with Shibboleth. It's that versatile, but you may need to get past that sticking point. That's what our great mentors are for. If you would just spend 30, 40 minutes with them, I'm sure they could give you some ideas. Have you done that yet? You've already done that and they didn't give you any ideas? You need more ideas, or did they not give you some ideas that helped you? There's Joni. Joni be able to help you with meal planning. They did, but still a struggle for you. Could it be, even though they give you ideas, could it be that you just miss that old eating lifestyle? That can be part of it sometime. Not having to think about it, not having to plan for it. That was me. Yolanda, it may not be you, but for me, I wanted to eat what I wanted, when I wanted, as much as I wanted. It was, I was an afterthought. I didn't want to take care of myself. I was busy taking care of everybody else, it seemed like. So I didn't really have time to take care of myself. And it left me empty. It just left me empty. And I'm not saying you, it left me empty, left me feeling like there was no pleasure in life, especially when I would try to diet. And then in the beginning, you got to plan for it, got to think about all this stuff. It's really hard, I guess, to really spend that time on ourselves when we got so many things pulling at us. I wish I could help people really understand their importance, their importance in the grand scheme of things, their importance to their family, their importance to God. And if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be able to do all we can do for our families. I mean, we've got to take time for ourselves. Yolanda, we spent several weeks ago, we spent a whole week. Maybe Joni could get some of them to you if you're one of our Shibboleth members. We spent an entire week doing nothing but meal planning. I'm going to do some tomorrow. If you can come be with me at noon tomorrow, we're going to do meal planning. We're going to talk about meal ideas that are exercise on a plate based on these basic food combinations. I'll be praying for you. I hope that we can get you to spend some time with Joni, with yourself, with one of our mentors. We got to get you that help. Okay. So yesterday we talked about the categories. How many categories are there in the Shibboleth program, everyone? How many food categories? Until we learn how to properly categorize whole foods, we're not going to be able to learn how to combine foods. There are 7 categories. Now, the ones that we're not going to talk about this week is category 3, complex carb. Category 5, fruit. Category 6, superfood. Not really going to talk about those today. And while I still got Yolanda on my heart, Yolanda, I know how hard it is to plan, and I know how hard it is. But what happens is, until we have that full commitment, 100% all-in commitment, it's going to be hard to get out of this program what we need. And that's a hard thing. When you got so many things you have to commit to give a full commitment to the program and to yourself and to learn about the variety, that's so hard. But if you'll consider giving a full commitment for a few weeks, would you give me 30 days? If you would decide, hey, it's going to be like going back to school, and I'm going to spend an hour an hour in class per week for 4 weeks. And I'm going to watch the 30-day lessons, the short 30-day lessons. So that's roughly 15 minutes a day and an hour a week, whatever that translates to. If you do that for 30 days and pretend like life depended on it, I bet life would get better as it relates to health and wellness. Everything else may be going great, and I hope it is. Okay, so we're not going to talk so much about category 3, category 5, and category 6. These categories have the potential to spike what, everyone? What do they have the potential to spike? Insulin, very good. So these have the potential to spike insulin. We call insulin the fat bus. Anytime the fat bus comes on the scene to neutralize the blood sugar, the complex carbs, fruit, and superfoods have the potential to spike our blood sugar. When we spike our blood sugar, the higher we spike it and the more rapidly we spike it, the more insulin we get. And the fat bus, insulin, is a growth hormone. It is a fat storage hormone. Fat storage. It accelerates your appetite, and it stops the efficiency of your fat burning status immediately if we spike it too high. Once that blood sugar gets over 120, we're going to see a slowdown to a complete stop as it still accelerates, a complete stop to our fat burning. Then Travis, why do I lose weight sometimes on a holiday? You're losing water weight or muscular weight. You're losing lean tissue. You're losing waist, but you're not losing fat. Does it stand to reason to y'all that if you're spiking insulin and it's a growth hormone, that we can't be, if we're in a growth phase, we can't be in a depletion phase? Does that stand to reason for everyone? We must neutralize insulin. So that means everybody, ding, 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 ding. That means we must control blood sugar without insulin. See, insulin controls the blood sugar. So if I'm eating things in category 3 by themselves or category 5 by themselves and or some superfoods by themselves, I'm going to have a little bit too much insulin secretion. If I consume white rice, white pasta, white bread, if I consume those or any of their kinfolks, colas, candy bars, if I consume those, I get, there is such a pronounced blood sugar spike that I get so much insulin. It does become, I mean, no amount of protein and fiber, which controls insulin, no amount of protein and fiber is going to put the brakes on a supercharged fat bus coming from white rice, white pasta, white bread. Did you know, watch this, did you know that, of course, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead, but did you know 2 slices of white bread, if you look on the packaging, it'll say no sugar, but it's nothing but starch, and it spikes blood sugar so high, it's like having 18 teaspoons of pure sugar. So put 18 teaspoons of sugar in a cup of water, and look at how much sugar that ends up being. When you eat white bread, it's so processed, or white rice or white pasta, it's like you are shooting up with sugar. Like if you put it in the water and syringed it up, it would be like shooting up. It would be like shooting up, just putting sugar in your bloodstream. Not good. So white rice, I didn't say long grain brown rice. We're talking about processed white rice that doesn't have the bran or the germ attached to it anymore. It's nothing but endosperm. So when you consume it, it shoots your blood sugar up so fat, nothing you can do. These are bad. Look, here's how I used to have a hamburger. So Sonia's asking about approved products. Sonia, are you doing the regular program or are you doing the free program? If you're doing the free program, check out that food library list. If you're a member, check out that. Do you know how to use the library, Miss Sonia? If you don't, Joni's here and she can help you if she doesn't mind. I don't want to, I know whether that one's approved or not. I know whether it is, but I don't want to say because I want to teach people to get the information from the library today. Okay. So do you mind looking and seeing if it's there and letting us all know? I thought she was. I've learned over the years, though, people used to be a member and they still come to class because we want to stay together anyway, but they know this stuff. She's probably asking that for somebody else. She's probably asking it for somebody else, trying to help them. So back to this, white bread. 2 slices of white bread, okay, can be equivalent somewhere between 18 and 36 teaspoons of pure sugar. So you're getting a huge blood sugar spike. What do we usually put on white bread, everybody? What do we usually put on white bread? Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise fat is just nothing but fat. Hamburger meat, nothing, mostly fat. Hot dog, mostly fat. Peanut butter, mostly fat. So let's say that I'm having a peanut butter sandwich. Peanut butter. I'm having peanut butter on white bread. So the peanut butter is breaking down into fat. So we talked yesterday how those fat lipids, long chain triglycerides, look like long candle wicks, right? That's what they look like. They're like long candle wicks. And that fat, if we didn't have it with white bread, that fat would dissipate its heat and go away. It would just dissipate if we don't overeat the peanut butter. So when I was having peanut butter sandwiches back in the day, 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, that wasn't too much. That's about the right amount of peanut butter. I was having a little bit of protein, but it was mostly fat. And it breaks down into like these long candle wicks. And then I consume it, and they don't even have time to dissipate its heat and go away because I had that peanut butter with white bread. And I get this huge blood sugar spike, and then I get this huge insulin retaliation. That insulin is going to come to shut down that blood sugar spike so I don't go in a diabetic coma and die. And then insulin's coming and picking up all these fat lipids, y'all. It's picking them up. It's storing them because it's a what? It's a fat storage hormone. Now, the insulin, it has picked all these fat lipids up. Now it's got to take them somewhere. Unfortunately, it's not going to make a beeline out my nostrils and get away from me. It's going to look around. It's going to try to find, we talked about this yesterday, it's going to try to find some available what? Anybody remember? It's going to try to find some available fat cells, right? So like on me, that might be my butt. My butt tends to get wide when I'm eating too much. So now the insulin, it's going to go park it right there in my butt, right there. And what happens if I don't figure this out? If I don't figure that white bread and peanut butter, white bread and hamburger meat, white bread and fried chicken sandwich, if I can't figure that that's causing me a problem and I keep doing that, my butt's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Not good. However, once I thoroughly understand food combining, I can keep my peanut butter and I'm going to change out that white bread for approved bread. Earlier, Sonia said 45 calorie bread. So Sarah Lee, 45 calorie approved bread. So if I have the Sarah Lee, here's the difference. There's enough protein and fiber in there to neutralize the huge blood sugar spike. I've got protein and fiber to slow the spike down so I get less resultant insulin. So the spike's coming, now the insulin heads off the spike. I have less insulin because I had more protein and fiber per calorie. And now the peanut butter fat, very little of it's going to get stored. Most of it is going to dissipate its heat and go away. before the fat bus can pick up very much of it, because I had a less pronounced spike of blood sugar. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand that? That's so critical, because it's like Yolanda or anybody here, if I can ever say it when they're in the right state of mind, if I can ever get it out when they're in the right state of mind, like they're everybody gets in a zone. Y'all know what I mean. Sometimes I just don't feel like listening or doing that, but then some days I want it. Boy, God has ordered my steps and I'm ready to receive, right? You got to be ready to receive. Some days I'm not. Some days I feel like a nut. Some days I don't. So I'm ready to receive. And then all of a sudden, if you, ding, 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 you mean I can have a peanut butter sandwich that tastes good just on a different type of bread and lose weight? It was that simple. The calories were about the same. So obviously it's not just a calorie thing. It's a food combining thing. Now, all of a sudden, what does this take care of? My hamburger, my hot dog, my peanut butter sandwich, my grilled cheese sandwich, my turkey spam sandwich. I got it all taken care of, all because I got rid of the white bread. Whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead. And I added me some high protein, high fiber bread. Ain't that great? So what am I doing? That's how I was. I'm not talking about y'all getting so much trouble. People think I'm picking on them. I love everybody. I love all of you. I don't care how much weight you feel like you are overweight. I don't care. I care about me. I love you, but I care about my physical body. I don't have enough energy. I've got just enough oil in my lamp to take care of me. Does that make sense? Hey, Mary, will you look that up? Because I don't want to stop the class to go to the library. You said, what about Aunt Millie's live? Go look that up and see if it's in the library. Does everybody know how to use the library? We may need to do a test on the library, because some of it, like, here's the thing. If I don't eat it, this is what's great about Shibboleth too. Ain't y'all glad? Hey, I bet y'all are, let me digress again. I bet some of y'all, did any of y'all watch my little short lessons? Y'all didn't know I could be serious, did you? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When we in class, I like to have fun, but I want to explain something to you. Okay, this is what's great about Shibboleth. So when I started many years ago, I was just doing it for me, and I didn't eat much bread. I still don't eat much bread. I can, like, when I'm just walking around without the library, without the food library. Listen, ding, 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 ding. Hey, boy, I tell you, y'all are a rowdy bunch. Listen, I'm trying to explain to you why the program's great. I'm not a walking, talking library, because I can only remember, is this a knock on myself? No, stay with me. I can only remember the approved foods that I eat, because there's so many of them. And there's so many more foods now. Guess what? We've got a team that every time somebody asks, can this work? Will this work? Will that work? They look at the nutrition label and they apply our formulas to it. And if the formula says yes, it gets in the food library. If the formula says no, then it comes by me, and I look to see if there's a way we can make it work. And then, and only then, if there's no way to make it work in a practical sense, then it's out of here. The good news is that means we've got thousands and thousands and thousands of foods that are approved on Shibboleth. There's something for everybody once you learn the rules. These foods that are approved, some of them say, do not eat by itself. Do not eat this by itself. There's a reason for that. It's approved, but you can't eat it by itself. And then there's other foods that says you can have this by itself, it's no problem. We've got to start categorizing foods like we started doing yesterday properly. Now, can you remember all that in the beginning? Can you remember what category peanut butter's in? Can you remember what category a strawberry's in? Can you remember what to have with it in the beginning? Maybe not. Doesn't matter. That's what technology's for. You've got a food combination chart, which we're going to look at. You got a food library right there at your fingertips if you got a smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, there's still no excuse. If you're not happy with yourself, you just print it out. You add the foods that you love to your grocery list, print it out, and you got it with you all the time. This is so easy. This is going to be my message the rest of the year. Weight loss is easy. And until you get that in your head and you believe it and you commit, you are not going to be successful, because you won't do anything that you don't have to do that's hard. Does that make sense? It does. Okay. So, all right. We're going to get rid of... Wait. I'm just getting all over the place today. White rice, white pasta, white bread. Can I have those on Shibboleth? Can I have them on Shibboleth? Yes. And still lose weight? Yes. Because this is our lifestyle. This is our forever lifestyle. We're done dating diets. We're going to marry a lifestyle. What kind of day can we have these on? Holiday. We can have them on holiday. When we're trying to lose weight, Yolanda, when we're trying to lose weight, how many holidays can we have a month? 6. When we get into maintenance, how many of these days can we have a month? 12. How many days are there in a month? How many days? 30 to 31. So you mean all I got to do is do the right thing a little more than the wrong thing, and I'll maintain my effort? I'm going to lose the weight. I'm decided I'm going to do it. I've lost weight before. I'm an expert at it, but I ain't never been able to maintain the weight loss and keep it off. I always gain it back. Are you telling me that I'm going to maintain it with 12 holidays a month? Yes, as long as all your other days are perfect. But Travis, I have to have Mayfield Moose Tracks ice cream. I don't like y'all's void replacement of sweet Blue Bunny, Sweet Freedom. It doesn't matter, because you're not going to eat that every day. I've had one client who was unreasonable. I could not help, because she said, I must have a 12-pack of beer every day. And I said, well, you have it 2 days a week instead of 7 days a week? She said, nope, got to have it every day. I said, can't help you. Just enjoy that beer. Nothing I can do. You've made a decision. But listen, those of you that think, how many of you watch this? I know I'm all over the place, but my steps is being ordered right now. My steps are being ordered. Somebody needs to hear this. How many of you have started a diet? You have started a program, this one or some other one, and it's going gloriously. You're doing good. You've pulled back the bow of success, and boom, you've let her fly, and you're killing it. You're slaying it. But it looks like the pounds are melting off. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. And then you slip up and you go, I quit. I can't do it. Are any of you that way? Where you go, I can't do it. I give up. I slipped up. I can't do it. That's part of the problem with the church these days. Somebody slips up and they want to run them off. The way I read it in my Bible, the church is a place for those that need a physician, not the ones that are perfect. But the church will run them off the first sign of trouble. We don't want them around here. They don't represent the church. I got news for you. If you are slipping and falling, but yet you still get up, you're amongst the righteous. Your weakness is your glory. That allows you to conform to the image of Christ and get stronger and stronger and stronger and glorify your God. We have slip-up days that are allowed on this program, but you can't make a lifestyle of those days. You see, I tell people all the time, when I became born-again Christian, it didn't make me sin less. I just sin less because I'm trying to conform to the image of Christ. I still sin. I just don't have a lifestyle of sin anymore. Can I get a witness? It's the same thing with your eating behaviors. I'm not asking you to be perfect every day for the rest of your life. I'm asking you, until you reach your goal, can you not find enough unction? Can you not find enough Holy Spirit desire to live unto God that until you get the weight off, that you can limit yourself to 6 hog trough days a month and then all the other days be perfect? And then when you reach maintenance, you're going to get 12, but all your other days be perfect. Here's the challenge. Going right into our lesson today. Here's the challenge. Perfect is, perfect does. Bible says, be thou perfect. If you can't be perfect, there's grace. We've talked about the grace. But when I say perfect, I mean truly perfect. How many of my members, sometimes you perfect ain't quite perfect? How many of you've marked in that journal a few times? You know that it wasn't perfect, but nobody was watching. So you marked it perfect anyway. I want you on your perfect days. The only way this program will work is on your perfect days. They're truly perfect. On your holidays, you veered from this is the standard, a perfect day. Now, we have different types of perfect days. We have more extreme perfect days that we teach in intermediate and advanced. This class is all about teaching you a standard perfect day. We drink our water. Is there anybody here that can't drink their water? I didn't say want to. I said can't. A half a gallon to a cheers. You can't drink your water. See, and here's the thing. I appreciate these honest folks that say, can't drink my water. Then you're not ready to lose weight. You're not ready. You're not ready. Those of you that just said, I cannot drink water, I just can't do it. You are not ready to lose no darn weight. You need to go do something. You need to enjoy food for a little longer. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing for a little longer until you get your back against the wall and you need to make a change. Number one, your body is made of 2/3 water. To hate water is akin to one not loving themselves. You're made of water. You're 2/3 water. That's a sign that we're not healthy. Now listen, why do I put this as the number one daily discipline? Why do I put this as the number one discipline? Because it's the easiest one to do. If a person won't do this, or they're going to struggle within themselves to drink only a half a gallon of water a day, they are not ready to lose weight. That don't make me look down on nobody. There's a lot of years I spent, I just was not ready. But look at this. Look, those of you that just said that, you don't want to drink no water. Think about this. What if you went to the doctor? What if you went to the doctor and they did your blood? You hadn't been feeling too good. You're not feeling real good. And they run your blood, they draw your blood, run the test, and they come back and they say, oh, blood work's not good. You got the funky-titis. And you go, what is funky-titis? Well, it's not good. You're going to prematurely die. By the way, obesity is the leading cause of all premature death in our country. So the doctor tells you, you got the funky-titis. And the end result of the funky-titis is death. What's the first thing you're going to ask? Is there any hope? Is there any help? Is there a cure? What is the cure? And if the doctor says, well, I got good news for you. It is curable. And if you don't accept the cure, you're a goner. What's the cure, doctor? And the doctor says, you got to drink a half a gallon of water a day. How many of you would be relieved and you'd go, I'm not worried about the funky-titis no more. All I got to do is drink my half gallon of water. I'm good. How many of you would feel good about that? I would. I wouldn't be scared of funky-titis no more. Here I am. I'm telling people, if you are 30 pounds or more overweight, that is an indicator of premature death. And I'm telling you that the first thing you've got to do is the easiest thing you got to do, and that's to drink your half gallon of water. So until we can negotiate or renegotiate with self and decide to drink our water, we're not ready to lose weight. Travis, but I can lose weight without drinking regular water. I've done it before. I know you're missing the point. Until you're ready to do this, you're not ready to do nothing else because it just gets a little more difficult. Number two. What's number two for a perfect day, everybody? What's number two on the bulletproof shield of discipline? Journal. Now, here's another one. There's more than 10,000 minutes in a week. Now, I'm not going to jump on you. I like it when people play along in class. Is there anybody here that you just like, I cannot make myself journal? So I can pick on you. I just cannot make myself journal. I don't know what it is, just can't make myself do it. Yolanda, you are playing along great today. I love it. You're not ready to lose weight. So until I'll drink my water and until I'll journal, I'm not ready to lose no weight. I'm not saying that one doesn't want to. I'm not saying that one doesn't want to lose weight. I'm saying you don't want it bad enough. The two easiest disciplines and probably the most effective disciplines are the two disciplines that one won't do. There's more than 10,000 minutes in a week. People say, I don't have time to journal. You don't have time not to. I take my phone and every bite that I eat, everything I do but water, I'm going to get more than a gallon of water. But everything that I eat, I take a picture of it in case I don't have time to write it down right then and write down how it made me feel. Write down if I liked it or not. Do I feel better after I had it? I like to do all that in my journal. If I don't have time right then, I got a picture before I go to bed. I just review. Oh, yeah. I had a half bar as a snack. Let me put that in there. I wish I hadn't had that snack. I didn't need it. But it was approved, so I'm still having a perfect day. Oh, I had the spaghetti recipe. It was so good. Used 96% lean ground beef. I'm so glad I've changed my ways and lost 100 pounds eating delicious spaghetti. I reinforced why I like spaghetti. It's so easy. So easy. Now, those of you, there's hope. There's hope. You're looking at him. I used to didn't have the discipline to drink my water. I used to didn't have the discipline to journal my food. So there's hope because I do it now. But there's hope. Look at me. So I can't be picking on you. I'm just telling you the truth. You're not ready to lose weight. All right, next. What's the next one? They just get a little more difficult, even though they're not difficult. Melissa says the real problem is a person doesn't really believe that those things are really necessary to lose weight. If they believe it, they will be more motivated to do it. True. That's true too. It's not timing. It's not portions. Food combinations. Food combinations. Oh, Travis, it's getting harder. This is that. It really trips me up. Watch this. I'm getting in your wagon. Getting in your wagon today. That's what Daddy used to say, getting in your wagon. All right, look here. When I show this to people, you know what they usually, Patricia was right. It was combinations. They usually go, when I got out of school, I didn't want to do no more math. What has happened to us? What has happened to us? This is so easy. So once I learned to categorize these foods, let me give a quick example to new people. Once I learned to categorize them, give me a couple examples. Let's look at this blue column combination, category 1. Give me a couple examples of what's in a 1. Tuna, good. We could have tuna here. We could have chicken breast here. Tuna, chicken breast. What's another example? 96% lean hamburger meat, 000 brand yogurt, London broil, good. Then it says I got to have a 2 with it. What would be an example of a 2? Green beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, a salad, yellow squash, healthy life bread, rice cauliflower. Okay, so I know what's in that category. Then what's in number 5? What's an example of 5? Strawberries, apple, melon. So In other words, could I do the following? New people, look, we're going to do meal planning tomorrow. Look. Category 1, lean protein. It ain't that hard. Settle down. Settle down, everybody. Settle down. It's not that hard. 96% lean ground beef. We established that we could have 96% lean ground beef because that was category 1. We established that we could have healthy life bread because that was a category 2. So I'm having a hamburger with ketchup and mustard, and then for dessert, I'm going to have a half a cup of melon. Will that work? Or I have grilled chicken breast. I cut it up, I put it in riced cauliflower, and then I have an apple for dessert. This is easy. So these combinations, all I got to do is commit to memory a few foods in the cat. Now watch. How many of you know this? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, the glory, forever. Amen. How many of you know that? Anybody, you may say it a little different, depending on the version of the Bible you looked at. Y'all know that. Well, how do you know that? You committed it to what? You committed it to memory. Why did you commit it to memory? Why did you? It was important. Exactly. So if someone is not willing to commit the 7 categories to memory, what does that say about their physical health? It's not important to them. Now, if your physical health is not important to you, can I help you? If your physical and spiritual health is not important to you important enough to you for you to commit to memory what foods go in what category, can I help you? No. What if I want to help you and I try to help you and I cry and I bleed in front of you to help you? Can I help you? No. So you must commit to memory. You don't have to commit to memory all these combinations. You just have a chart for that. But you need to start committing to memory what goes in what category. Watch this. Look at this. Let me show y'all how easy it is. See this 7, 6, and 2. Some of my members that you ain't got time to go look at the library. What's a 7? Somebody said earlier, people don't believe it'll work for them. Look at the cloud of witness around you. Has this worked for anybody that's here? It worked for me. Am I the only one? I lost over 100 pounds. Maybe it only worked for me. I guess it only worked for me. There's nobody else that the Lord has used the program. See, it's 50 pounds gone, 100 pounds gone. It works. So if there's a cloud of witness that has done this, what we're talking about, we know it works. Now, if we know it works and we're not willing to commit some of this to memory, then we don't want to lose weight. Weight loss is the best problem anybody here could have because you can fix it. Has anybody got more than one problem in life right now? Has anybody got problems that aren't related to weight loss? I do. And I can't fix them. But this weight loss one, I can fix. It's within my power. Daddy used to tell me when I played basketball, I was a pretty good shooter, but I start missing. And he'd say, quit shooting them long shots, son. Hit you a layup or two. Hit a layup or two, and then you'll get back in the flow of the game. No truer words have ever been spoken. So if I wasn't hitting a good medium range or long range shot, I just quit shooting from out there, and I'd hit me a layup, get me a rebound, put it back up, boom, get your confidence back. Some of y'all just need a few days behind you where you've had perfect days. You're looking at it like you got to be perfect from now on, and you don't. If you just give me a few perfect days, booyah, you get that momentum. You get cranking again. So you've got your combination chart. So all you got to do is learn the bulletproof shield, commit to memory where these foods go in what category, and then get you some help with meal planning. If like you're Yolanda and you just don't have time for this right now, but you still want to get started with it, like I think that we're going to talk her into getting another appointment with Joni, and Joni helping her with a little meal plan. Okay? So this is our combination chart. Now, this is important to us to eat these foods together because we got to control the what? Thank you, Lisa. Yolanda, that stands for perfect pairing. We got to control insulin. If we don't control insulin, we're not going to lose weight. So these combinations, we learn them because they're going to help us lose weight. What's our next component? Once we understand these combinations, what's the next thing we got to do? Why did I put 2 right there? I'm going backwards. Good gracious. Don't ever drink 2 Sparks back to back before you come to class. Portion control. Okay, so with portion control, we're talking about controlling the size of the eating episode. Your stomach in its natural state cannot hold endless amounts of food. If you try to eat, if you're hollow-legged and you try to eat endless amounts of food, what happens to this stomach in its natural state? It stretches. Do we want it to stretch and get where it can hold more and more and more and more? No. No. So each eating episode, we have to control the portion by eating off a 6 to 8 inch plate. We eat our eating episode off a 6 to 8 inch plate, our meal episode. And how many times can I do that in a day for best results? 3 eating episodes a day. Can I have a 4th eating episode? Yes, you can have an approved snack. Will that slow your results down? Yes. Do I think 4 eating episodes is way too much in a day? Yes. Some people need more than 4 because we are addicts. What could we do if we need more than 4 eating episodes in a day? We could have what? Freebies. So every personality, even if you will not give up grazing, constant need to eat, hand-to-mouth disease, if we control insulin, we can still lose most of our weight. You will get to a point where if you have more than 3 eating episodes, has anybody experienced this? You started off with 3 eating episodes of snack and freebies and lost weight good, but then the weight loss come to a grinding halt and you had to back down to 2 or 3 eating episodes a day. Did that happen to anybody? Happened to me. I started off, boom, I was having 3 meals a day, approved snack a day, plenty of freebies a day, and I lost 44 pounds in 6 weeks because I was a big boy. But after a while, that really slowed down. I got to where I looked good in my clothes, but I didn't look good without them. So we want to strive for optimization to stick with 3 or less eating episodes a day. Now, I bet Yolanda raises her hand. I like her because she's giving me a hard time. Good hard time. I like that. You have to have somebody in class that'll work you a little bit so you can go back and forth with them for the benefit and fun of all. So I hope she's having fun like I am. So how many of you think you've got to have more than 3 eating episodes a day? I just got to have more. I got to have more than 3. That's just not enough. Has anybody ever felt like that? Not when I'm in my right mind. Well said, Lisa. Look, how many hours are there in a day? Nellie says, I got to have more than 3. 24 hours in a day. Most of you sleep at least 6 of those, if not more. That leaves 18 hours in a day. If you have 3 eating episodes, you're eating something every 6 hours. If you got to have something more than every 6 hours, that might mean that you're addicted. I hope y'all are looking at the thread. We won't cover it all, but they got some great ideas. I love that one. Brenda, I do that too. I turned to apple cider vinegar with ocean spray diet. Intermediate fasting does help me. We teach that in our intermediate and advanced classes. Sandra says, some days I have 3, most days 2. Good job. Pickle juice. Yep, that'll work. Why does pickle juice work? It helps control blood sugar. And the more you control your blood sugar, the easier you'll be able to control your appetite. So we learn our portion rule. Next, 5th rule, timing. If we mess up timing, it doesn't mean it's a holiday. If I mess up with my water, mess up with my journal, don't eat in the right food combinations, don't eat in the right portions, then that is a holiday. But if I mess up my timing, as long as I don't go over my total number of eating episodes, this is an optimization tool. And what we want to do is spread out our meals 4 to 6 hours minimum. Does anyone know why we prefer you to spread those meals out 4 to 6 hours minimum? There are 4 phases of digestion. In 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours, we're barely through we're not even, in most cases, we're not even through the 2nd phase of digestion. So when I eat an eating episode and I push it in here, right? And I haven't even gotten through the phases of digestion that are carried out in the stomach in 6 hours. Does it make sense to just constantly stuff more in there and constantly stuff more in there and constantly stuff more in there? You can't ever recover. Your sleep recovery is terrible. You're always digesting food. We got to snap out of this need and desire to eat constantly, to have something in our mouth constantly. What it is, honestly, for most, we lack pleasure in life. And food is one of the only pleasures that we know to access that we can get away with and not get kicked out of church. Can I get an amen on that? Yeah, Kathy says timing is hard for me. I work second. I would do this, Kathy. I would consider, because of behavior modification, what we say, true or not saying that's not true, or not saying it is. What we say, anytime we say, that's so hard for me, how likely are we to change our behaviors if we say, that change in my behavior is so hard? So what I would say, Kathy, I would work on this. I work second shift, so my timing strategy is different than other people's timing strategy. You're awake the same amount of time as an average person. You're just having to structure it different with your breaks or whatever. Like somebody works first shift, depends on what kind of job they have. But like when I worked at Shaw Industries, it didn't matter the shift. I got a 20-minute break, 1 20-minute break, 2 10-minute breaks. So I had to build my eating episodes around that kind of structure. Does that make sense? But if I say, hey, I work third shift, which I did for at least a half a dozen years of my life, I work third shift, it's very hard for me, then I'm more likely to give up, because then I'll feel like, well, I have to give up because it's harder for me because of how I have to work. Then I can't be successful. So if I say, even if it's hard, and that's true, if I say that, it'd be better to change. This is for everybody. I'm not picking on her. if I'll change my speech and say, it's not any harder for me, it's just different for me. Does that make sense? Now, you may prefer to say it's hard, but my point is, a lot of people, obviously she says it does make sense, so she's getting it. But do you know how many people, they just want it to be hard? They're addicted to their suffering. They get pleasure out of suffering. So they self-sabotage at the first sign of success. Some people do. Shauna says, I started last month and so far I'm doing good, but it is a daily struggle. My husband refuses to try the lifestyle change, and my biggest struggle is cooking for him and the kids without sampling for seasoning when I'm cooking, and of course seeing and smelling what I can't have. Shauna, same thing I just said would apply to you. As long as you're saying those kind of things, even though it's true to you, it's going to hold you back. What we got to do is talk ourselves into a thing, not out of a thing. Look, it's not like going and clocking in at a job. You've got to do that. You've got to go to a job you don't like for years, right? And many people, they'll go to a job they don't like for years, and as soon as they find a better job, they're out of there. They go for the better job because that's an easier job. It's a better job, but you had to do the bad job till you found an easier job. So you stick with the bad job that you don't even like because you have to do it. You got to work to eat. The same thing here. We're talking about our health. So I've had bad jobs before. Jobs I didn't like, but I had to do them because I couldn't find a better job. So I had to talk myself into that and not out of that. For a long time, I didn't have any support. But when I started losing weight, I wasn't with Sasha. I'm not knocking my first wife. What I'm saying is she had a way of living and doing that she preferred. And it was not conducive to me being able to lose weight. We had rice-a-roni, beef-a-roni, macaroni, tuna helper, beef helper every night. And Mama was popping popcorn up at the house beside us. And I get all that. It's hard. That makes it hard when you have somebody who won't do it with you. But when I decided that I'm going to lose weight, I decided I wanted a better life, I had to cease looking for reasons why this was going to be hard. And I had to come up with reasons why it's going to be easy and why I'm going to do it. I know my ways are different, but that's why it works. Look, you got to try something different. After a while, when you're like, nothing works for me, at some point we got to stop and go, maybe I'm not starting off on a right foundation. And that right foundation would be positive and powerful words. You need to use powerful and positive words. I am going to do it. I can do it. It's not as hard as people say it is. It's easier than people think it is. You got what's true. It is, listen, ding, 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 ding. Is losing weight easy? No, it's not easy. I submit, it's not easy. Is losing weight hard? No, it's not. I mean, it's just eating. If this is hard, you need to go to South Africa or Ethiopia or some third world country, and you need to see how other people's living. This is not hard. If you think this is hard, when the zombie apocalypse comes, you're a goner. You're not going to make it. You're going to get eat. You are not tough. If you can get new perspective and realize losing weight is not hard, losing weight is not easy. The truth is somewhere in between. It's a little hard to overcome years of bad habits. It's easy to eat great tasting food and lose weight. The truth is somewhere in the middle there. You see? But what we got to do, since we won't operate in the middle, we've got to decide, is it hard or is it easy? Which way of thinking is going to keep you in the game longer, doing your best? Thinking that's hard or thinking it's easy? Right. If you're going to lie to yourself, it ain't hard, it ain't easy. If you're going to lie to yourself, why not lie to yourself in a way that you talk yourself into what you know you need to do? Please, somebody tell me that made amazing sense to them. Somebody. That's like, yeah, that actually makes sense. If I'm going to lie to myself, I might as well lie to myself in a way where I talk myself into it, not out of it. Okay, next, last rule. Bless the name of the Lord. Just think of God. Put God first in your life. Not how other people say that you should. Do you know how often I say, people say, how many meals you eat a day? I ate 3. 3, you don't need more than that. You don't need many small meals a day. No, I eat 3. I have breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. I've got at least 6 emails, maybe more now, that I've saved in one of my file folders to read anytime I need inspiration. And you know what they say? They say, and I don't know what it is, figure it out. I say, how often have y'all heard me say, if you've been in class with me for a while, I eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit? Have anybody else heard me say that? Kim Danke said always. So I decided after a while, for me, looking good naked wasn't a motivator anymore. I wanted to enjoy my salvation. So the Bible, I started trying to honor the Bible, and it said, whatever you do, whether you eat, whatever, do it all unto God for the glory of God. And I thought, yeah, I'll even eat unto God. There's going to be days that Travis don't want to eat right. I'm going to eat right anyway, unless I planned a holiday. So I started saying, I'm going to eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. I got at least 6 in a little folder where people say, Travis, I wish you'd stop doing that. It sounds kind of blasphemous. They don't say, every one of them don't say blasphemous. Maybe one of them said that. But one person said it's like blasphemous. And then another person said it comes across as disingenuous, the way you say that. And I think it's silly. I go and read that for motivation, because what people don't know, that saved my life. Thinking like that began to save and it didn't just, I ain't just talking about my physical body. I'm talking about my spirit, even after I lost weight. When I was losing my desire to eat right, I got complacent. And I thought, the Bible said I'm going to take that literally. I'm going to take it literally. And people will judge. So when I say you do this for your reasons and the Lord's reasons, other people, how many of you have heard this ain't going to work, or you look sick, you need to stop that, you need to do this, you need to do, this is about you. It's about you, your relationship with yourself, and your relationship with food. So if I get criticized, you're going to get criticized, and I'm just trying to give you ideas. The Lord is important to me. I still don't understand why they say that's blasphemous, but because the Lord's important to me. And it's not just what I say, it's what I do. And one of the things I'm very proud of, if you look at me, you may not like the way I live my life otherwise, but I've lost my weight and I've kept it off. I am proof that this program works. And what works is I've kept doing it. One of the things that's helped me keep doing it is I keep upping the ante, and I keep making decisions. I'm going to do this for the Lord. It's not sacrilegious or blasphemous because I say I want to eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit. I'm beginning to think people's ashamed of their Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm not ashamed. It ain't like I'm sitting here telling you I'm perfect. I'm telling you exactly what I am. I'm a sinner saved by the grace of God, conforming to the image and likeness of Christ. To live as Christ, to die as gain. And while I'm here, I shall eat breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, and dinner for the Holy Spirit. And sometimes I'm going to kill the fatted calf and put a ring on my finger and have some tater chips. We want to try to have perfect days, and all the days ending in what? All the days ending in Y. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But there's going to be planned holidays, and there's going to be snackcidents. So when I get started on Monday, boom, that's a perfect day. Am I inefficient fat burning yet after I have one perfect day? No. Did I lose water and sugar and waste? Yes. Tuesday, I have a perfect day. I'm still not in EFB. Wednesday, I have obtained EFB status. I've had 2 true perfect days. I'm inefficient fat burning. We call that fire. Let's do that so I don't have to write 3 letters. Fire. We are fire. We have obtained the fire. We have fire. We are burning the booty. So then Thursday, fire. That song by Ohio Players. Fire. Boom, boom, boom. We got some fire. The booty's going. All them people made fun of me when I was a little boy, called me chunky. Yeah, not so chunky no more because I got fire. All right, so Friday, fire. Saturday, fire. Sunday, fire. That's one of them, boy, you are tearing it up. You got a big wine when you do that. And you didn't miss a beat. You had 27 times 3, you had 21 eating episodes of the best food, great tasting food, burn the fat. But is that something that we're all going to be able to do forevermore? No, we're going to slip up sometime. So I come over here on Monday and I still got the fire. I'm getting deeper in fat burning. I've locked it down and rip off the knob. Z93. We are ripping the fat burning knob off. And boy, I'm burning it. And then Friday night, let's say that Sasha and I, we planned on a perfect day. But we get over there and they've got Snickers cheesecake. And it's a special. Sounds familiar. It sounded like it happened. It did. So you get over there, you're going to have a perfect day because you're killing it. But your favorite restaurant, they got your favorite special dessert. They got Snickers cheesecake. So I have a snacksident. Now I've had a holiday. What happens when I have that holiday, everybody? EFB is over. We go back to neutral, or we even go into surplus of calories and start gaining a little bit. But I've been losing weight. Now I have a big gain. Not all because it's fat, but because it's water and sugar too. And then Saturday, I'd already planned on having a holiday. Georgia Bulldogs playing. So we have chicken wings. Are chicken wings allowed for a perfect day? Yes. But I have French fries with it. Are chicken wings and French fries allowed together? Is that a good combination? No. So I had another holiday. Weight went up some more. And then on Sunday, I go to church. I'm going to get back on track, but I've lost my momentum. Church people say, y'all want to go to Cracker Barrel after church today? Preacher, shut up. We'll go to Cracker Barrel and eat. He'll hush. He's going over today. He's supposed to be done. That's why we called him. We heard that he wasn't long-winded. And he's supposed to be done by 12. It's 12:05. We got to get to the Cracker Barrel. And you go to the Cracker Barrel and you can eat perfect there. You can have a good thing. But you start thinking about some of them bad things, you have another holiday. This is how real life works. So that first week, between water, waste, and fat, you lost 7 pounds. How much did you lose this week? None. You probably gained about 4. But you're still down 3. Then you look at your why, you look at your journal. Sunday night, you say, I'm going to get back on track. My why is greater than temptation. I'm doing this under the Lord, even though if I don't feel like it right now, I'm doing it under the Lord. And I did it a week ago. I can do it again. And then you get back, boom, boom, then you're on fire again. You never give up. You never give up. Every day is a new day. Yesterday's gone. Tomorrow may never come. Today is the day of salvation. And Travis will have a perfect day today. You can bet your IT on it. Now, you have to decide what kind of day you're going to have today. But if you love food more than you love all that you can be in the Lord, then you got to go back to that why. You got to go work on that why. I'm going to try to close my remarks. Today, we wanted to look at the bulletproof shield, how to have a perfect day. These short lessons I'm going to give you over 30 days, they're going to start unpacking all this without silliness and in detail, but around 5-6 minutes. I'll try to keep it less. As we go forward, I think I'll be able to keep it less than, I'll be able to keep it less than 5. But we're going to start unpacking this little by little so you really understand this in more detail. And then you start really striving to have a perfect day. I promise I'll close with this. Once you know what your why is, the how-tos will take care of themselves. When folks tell me they don't know how to do this, it tells me they do not have a reason, a why. Because once a person has a why, they will figure this out. It's true, isn't it, Mary? All right. Questions or comments, anybody? By the way, what else are you going to do? I mean, goodness gracious, what else are you going to do? We're here. We get mortality tables say that we get, close to 80 years on this great planet. To live as Christ, to die as gain. Food, been there, done that. Don't you want something else? Don't you want to try something else? Try something else. Try feeling comfortable in your own skin. You can fix this situation in 6 months or less, most likely. All hearts and minds clear? Any parting questions? I was feeling a little silly today. Sorry. I'll try harder. I'm sorry you couldn't understand me. Please watch those short lessons. I try. I can't promise that either. I'm just a liar. Every time I look, I'm lying to people. I'm trying to be more serious in them short lessons. Some of y'all understood me. Thank you. Patricia Hurt says, hey, I got to live this way already 81 years old. You are honoring your mother and honoring your father, and your days are being prolonged upon the earth, sweet sister. God loves you. Nobody here that met you would think that you're 81. I wish I had more people with that drive and determination Patricia Hurt has. Drive like no one I've ever known. 81 years young. Has already surpassed those old mortality tables, and I suspect she's got another good 20, 30 years in her. She's just killing it. Hey, Pam. Pam is asking, where are the short lessons? Once you signed up for the free community program, you start getting them. Day 1 went out today. So if you haven't signed up for that, you can sign up for it at shibbolethlifestyle.com. If you're having trouble getting signed up, please reach out to Joni or one of our team members. They'll help you get signed up. Also want to say, those of you that are supporting this little ministry, we sure do appreciate you. If it weren't for you, we wouldn't be able to help the people we try to help. Wouldn't for our team members. Those of you that are not supporting the ministry yet, please, if God leads you to become a full access member, we give perks to our partners. If God is leading you to do that, then you can get a lifetime membership for $49, or you can become a monthly partner of ours with additional perks for any love offering per month. So that opens up all kind of other stuff on the website either way you go. So please pray about that. Consider it. We certainly need you. This is a big mission. We're trying to make nutrition and lifestyle, behavior modification, all that very interesting and fun to people, and see people get their life back and do better as far as loving themselves, caring about themselves, changing their relationship with food. So please, if you can afford to support the ministry, please consider it. How do we get a personal coach? We provide coaches as best we can. That's why we need our partners. You can go to www.mentor.gymbook.com. I have a new member friend that wants to know if she can drink Fairlife, fat-free Fairlife milk with a sandwich. She can have fat-free Fairlife milk as a category 1. She can have a sandwich that's a category 1+2 or 4+2. But because she's having 2 meals in one there, she needs to cut that sandwich in half or be real sparing with her milk. With fat-free Fairlife milk and a sandwich, that's really 2 eating episodes in one. She can do that if she feels that she really needs that, because all of those categories work, but she needs to keep her portion, I would say 300, 350 calories for that eating episode. Does that make sense? Because you still got to control your calories. The fat-free Fairlife milk is not going to spike her blood sugar. The approved sandwich has to be approved bread. I see new members do this all the time. Well, it's the same calories. It's not about the calories. It's about protein and fiber being in the right ratio as compared to carbohydrate or fruit or starch or sugar. So important, Lisa, that she understands approved bread, approved meat, and then she really needs the milk too, and she can keep her eating episode calories to 300, 350 for that episode. That's good, but send her to class. Please send her to class. Let us teach her. April says, you're right. I'd be one of the first ones going in a zombie apocalypse. I'm an addict. I'm broken. I'm not good at this. And I've never loved myself. Bless you. That is a completely foreign concept to me. I will not ever like what I see in the mirror. Not ever. Maybe I'm not ready for this, but I'm trying. My son deserves so much better than me. Just not feeling good today, but being honest. Appreciate your honesty. And April, I just want to share with you what you're dealing with there. Some of the church people need to go in and tune out and tune off. That's a twisted. No one has ever lived that did not love themselves. You do love yourself. You're listening to evil spirits. And until you can realize that what you're dealing with there is evil spirits, and you're allowing them to inhabit your mind, and there's a pleasure in that. By the way, those of you that have remained in this session, there's a pleasure in bathing in those evil thoughts and evil spirits. There's a self-loathing that's pleasurable. There's some sort of sick pleasure in beating ourselves up. And those evil spirits love that. But that's not you talking. You may think it's you talking. It's not. That's not natural. That's not normal. You're beautiful and you're loved, and your evil spirits have talked to you wrong for so long. They've got you just like a song. If you hear a song over and over and over, that's not your song. That's not your song. You didn't write it and you didn't sing it. This morning I was singing Elvis songs. I know several Elvis songs by heart. I know them by heart. And I was singing songs that I didn't write and I didn't sing. I knew them by heart because I've heard it so many times. These evil spirits, they attack you. You're not worthy. You're not lovable. You're not beautiful. You have no discipline. I hope you'll listen from now on because they sound like this. Travis, you don't know. You've never dealt with it. I think Sasha just showed up here. I've had counseling. Sasha, where you at, baby? You here? Are you over here somewhere? Sasha, have I ever dealt with that? I'm qualified to talk to you about it. Okay? So you got to start hearing it rightly. And then all of a sudden, you start repeating it. Do you know why you're repeating it? Because there's a void in your mind. So you're hearing these evil spirits talk bad about you all the time. They want to steal and kill and destroy you. I know you. You're a great person. What the heck are you talking about? You need some love, girl. Some of these people here that are really children of the Most High God need to be giving you some love right now. You need some love. You need some lifting. You need some promotion because your mind was blank. And those evil spirits, they start singing that song. April stinks. April's no good. April has no discipline. And then before long, you singing along with it. I'm no good, I'm no good, I'm no good. Listen, evil. You know how you get rid of that? We pause. No. We pause and we do this. We let that mind of Christ come and inhabit us. We're love, we're joy, we're peace. Listen, and we do the following. Everybody repeat after me with April. I am loving awareness. I am loving awareness. I love everything and everyone that I'm aware of. Now, those are new thoughts. Those are angelic thoughts. Those are beautiful thoughts. And you've said that you've allowed those evil spirits, and then you've mimicked them over and over and over and over and over, and they're still echoing in eternity. Every idle word that we say, we got to give an account for, because our words are powerful. So every time I say something like that, it's echoing through all eternity. It ain't just you said it one time or wrote it right here one time. It's echoing through all eternity. God, nothing escapes God. He's even got the hairs on your head number. It's still, so you know what you got to do? You got to say this 1,000,000 billion times. I am loving awareness. I love everything and everyone I'm aware of. I am worthy of love. I am beautiful. I am intelligent. I am smart. I can do all things through Christ, which strengthens me. And then you won't have no room for those evil spirits. See, so many of these sisters are saying the same thing. You uncorked them and they feel the way you feel. But you've got to listen to old Travis. Y'all all have to listen to old Travis. Lisa Edgman, you of all people. I've been telling you the same things for years and you still stuck on. Lisa's no good. Lisa's no good. Stop it! When are you going to change? When will you take the easy steps of just saying, I am beautiful. I am lovely. I am worth love. I am amazing. I am disciplined. This is how I am handsome. I am beautiful. I am smart. I'm a hunk of man. You've got to talk good about yourself. You've got to. It can become a debilitating pleasure. Some people that's never had pleasure, never felt good about themselves, there's some weird sense of pleasure in beating themselves up. Please stop. That's not going to take us where we want to go. I'm going to be praying for you. I'm being silly, being fun, but I'm going to be praying for you. That's serious stuff you said, April. I hope you will counter that. I hope you'll counter it the rest of this day with beautiful words of love and positivity about yourself, because that will get you. You think that you'll be able to control those evil spirits. I was that way, but I talked so bad about myself for so long, I started believing it. That's not good. All right, praying for April, praying for you other sisters that April touched today, and some of y'all said you're dealing with the same thing. That's not going to get us where we want to go, so we got to decide if we want to change, everybody. We're all here for you. We're going to keep doing these live. We're going to keep doing these live at noon, Monday through Saturday. We're going to keep loving on each other, having fun. If I say something that offends you, forgive me. You know what God prefers more than sacrifice? Obedience. You know what God prefers more than anything else? Mercy. So when I offend you, just be merciful and know I'm trying to help. All right, y'all. I'll see you in the next class. Go sign up for our program, www.shibbolethlifestyle.com. Go support Shibboleth. We need your support. We love our supporters. We love those that don't support us, but we do really, really love you if you support us. We need it. So don't forget to sign up for Shibboleth, become a lifetime member, or if the Lord leads you to, support our little ministry on a monthly basis for as little as $5. Love you, April. Love y'all. We'll talk to you later. God bless you.